Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who seems to have built a bit of a wall around them that prevents anybody else's opinions from reaching them. This feels to me a little bit like an obsessive love that does not really want to hear what everyone else thinks in terms of, maybe that person's moving on or maybe that person's not really interested. We've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. It's like, I view what everyone else is saying as manipulative. I don't trust them. You're not my friend. You don't know what's going on, or you don't understand our connection. So there's an element of, I don't care what you have to say. You're not going to convince me to change my mind. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime. I hope you're having a good day. It's really nice weather here. I already recorded some shorts outside for you all. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Yoga. How are we doing? Hello, Pharaoh. How's your day? If you are interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. It is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. And I've also just launched memberships. Thank you to all of those who have joined. It's been fun already. Also, while I was recording in the park, I met someone, an older gentleman, very sweet guy who lost his wife the year before, I think he said. And he ended up asking me for a reading. It was kind of funny. Let's see. What should we do? We'll dive in with the noisy tarot. What else do we have? The Star, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I mean, honestly, this feels to me that we've got someone who is refusing to listen to those around them, like I kind of mentioned with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. They feel very strongly that their intuition is guiding them, or they feel like they're going to get what they want. And they're refusing to look at the situation as this isn't going anywhere, or, that person hasn't chosen me. It's like people want you to feel like your chances are done. You got rejected, whether this is a goal, like, being a star athlete, or if it's something about a romance. This is, I think, just like a lack of support perceived by the person that I'm reading for. Keep in mind that when I channel energies like that, it doesn't always mean that they have the correct perspective. So you'll have to place that energy how it fits. So we have the Chariot, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. This seems to be somebody who's very determined to move forward with something that nobody else seems to believe in or think will do very well. I do think this is either a romantic relationship or a career aspiration that is probably fame related. So athlete, musician, influencer, whatever it is, right? Yeah, okay, that's real cute and all, but I don't think you're going to be able to do it. I don't think you'll be one of the people that actually makes it. And we've got whoever I'm reading for, you're like, okay, watch me. Hold my beer. Hello, Dwayne. Hello, Laura. How we doing? Like the boy cut? Hi, Priestess. Devil in the reverse. Seven of Wands. I think you are seen as a little bit crazy, but I think you are right. I think there are benefits to distancing yourself from a negative influence or a negative community, protecting yourself or protecting the hope that you have. So whoever's got this I'm not going to change my mind. You don't know what you're talking about. I know you think I'm crazy, but like, I'm right. I think you're right. And I think those that don't believe in you are going to be a little bit shocked when they realize they were wrong. But whoever this is, I feel you are getting signs, or you feel like this is your purpose, or you feel like this is your soulmate. There's like, I don't need to convince you, but I know what I know. Hello, Lemonade. How are we doing? Hello, Darnell. How's your day? What's up, Jamie? What else do we have? Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. There's been delays for sure. Something, maybe miscommunication or misdirection. Maybe even just somebody who's being stubborn. But this Ace of Cups, it's either a creative opportunity, like a dream come true, or it's a romance, right? And with the Ten of Swords being in the reverse, this is saying the show ain't over. There's still more here. There's more to the story. So yeah, people view you as a little bit crazy. People think that you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't have the ability to achieve what you want, or they don't think that this person loves you back. But you're the Queen of Swords. This is somebody who prides themselves on integrity. But I also feel like you know things that you haven't told people. So those that think that you can't get this or you can't do what you want to do, you know, maybe they don't have all the information, but that's okay. It's like you're smirking to yourself like, yeah, I know. I get why you say that. I understand why you think that. But I know something you don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tiana, hello. What's up? You already know this. I had to redo my makeup because I cried from laughing so hard at Charlotte Dobray's most recent video. I think it's titled, I Wore Tiny Hands All Day. If you don't know who Charlotte Dobray is, she normally does like reaction, but she's doing a little bit of a creative shift. And so this was more of like a watch me try to do my makeup and eat food with tiny hands duct taped to my real hands. It's very, very funny. Hello, Michael. Hello, Upper Echelon. How we doing? Hello, Renee. How's your day? What's up, John? Did you watch it, Tiana? Okay, good. So we've got exhaustion. I don't get paid for that. I just think she's hilarious. But Charlotte, if you want to. Yeah. Depletion, drained, and long journey. That's why we have this Nine of Wands in the reverse. People are like, why don't you just give up? Like, you aren't famous yet, so it's probably not going to happen. Why don't you give up? You haven't been able to like actually be with this person, or they're not willing to like commit to you. So why are you so patient with this? Why are you so convinced this can go your way? It's like, I don't know if you feel the temptation to just look back at them and say, I don't know. Have you ever asked like why you don't ever hope for things to go the way you want them to? I'm just curious because it feels to me like you want me to believe that nothing ever goes well and I should just be like grumbly all day. Maybe there are certain dreams that come true and that's why people dream, you know? Oh, I remember. I had to tell you about it. So we've got past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons, and spying, social network, information, and ways. I normally would attribute this spying energy to the person who seems to have this information, right? This high priestess is wise. They have a book because they have a secret, or they have this ability to understand things that other people don't. But I think this is actually those that don't understand trying to figure you out. Like, why are you so relentless? Why do you feel like this is actually going to happen for you? But it's because you've learned something and leveled up. You've been trying to achieve this thing for more than one lifetime. There's an inner knowing. You know this is where you belong or who you're supposed to be with or what you are meant to do for the world. So, yeah, is it going to be a little difficult from time to time? Are there going to be people who think you're ridiculous for wanting to do that? Sure, par for the course. But like, oh, just because you've got popcorn waiting for me to fail doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh, shucks, I guess I'll just give up. No, you can watch me succeed after you told me that you didn't believe me. It'll be great. Hello, Jay. How are you doing? Hello, Illuminati. What's happening? Hello, Carl. I hope you're having a good day. That's funny. We've got obsession, infatuation, adoration, and addiction, and cloudy judgment. So everyone thinks you're obsessed with something, or you are stubborn because you are convinced you're going to be able to achieve something that seems impossible. But I think I actually put this under the illusions playlist. But this is because they don't see clearly. You do. You see more than they do about your own destiny. There are some truths about who you are as a person, what you're meant to do, how you feel, that cannot be touched by other people. I would compare it to a read-only document, okay? If you encounter somebody who wants to tell you what your personality is, or tell you what your goals should be, or tell you how you feel in a situation, I hope you say, nah. Those are read-only documents. You don't get to adjust that. I'm the author. Everything that I feel, see, that comes from me. So you don't get to decide that. This is like others judging you on things they know nothing about or trying to tell you what you should believe about yourself. And I'm all for people that want to inspire people to believe in themselves or help build courage in others. If people are lifting you up, by all means, I understand paying attention to those voices. And we also have to be willing to take criticism. But when we're dealing with people who just like don't know what they're talking about and they don't know how to believe that something is possible, please take a moment to think about whether or not those opinions really matter. Dreaming is not insanity. If it is, it's the best kind. This is the Pulp Fiction. Sorry, Pulp Tarot. Maybe I need to watch that movie. There you go. With the unicorn, I like it. Hey, Jess, how are you doing? Yeah, that's because I've had to do sales contracts in the past, and it's hilarious to me / borderline offensive when you're trying to negotiate like a business contract that people think that they can be shysty or shady. So sometimes you have to lock that down. 7 of Cups and the 10 of Swords in the reverse. We already had the 10 of Swords in the reverse right here. I think, again, we have a reference to an illusion, and it's right next to cloudy judgment and clarifying the high priestess. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, feel free to imagine this is bold letters. You know what you're supposed to do. You know where you're supposed to be or who you're supposed to be around, who you're supposed to become. This is, I know my path. I listen to my intuition because I know my path. Even though it might be an illusion to you, even though you don't see that it is absolutely what I'm supposed to be doing, That's fine. Just because you don't get it doesn't mean I'm not going to go for it. It's an illusion to you because it's about my life, not yours. That's like if you were sitting on a plane and looking at your laptop, reading, I don't know, the news, and you have one of those screen thingies that distorts it so people sitting next to you can't see it. And they do one of these real quick just to see if they can like read a little bit on your screen. And then they want to tell you that you have the wrong interpretation of the article. They can't see clearly what you are supposed to be doing with your life or who you are supposed to be connected to. So, you know, dismissed. Judgment in the reverse. Seven of Swords. No, I swear, I know everything about you and your purpose and what you are, you know, talented enough to accomplish. I am the knower of all things. Oh, really? Again, there are certain truths that are not up to anybody except for you. Who are you? What is your purpose? Why are you trying to tell other people what they should be doing? No, probably not. This is somebody who does not know what they're talking about. And it does look to me like you might have to be willing to cut people off if they get too controlling or they want to get in your way. Justice and the Nine of Swords. Yes, you are probably a hopeful person or you feel pulled to do this. This is what you feel is like innately what you're drawn to, what you're supposed to, based on your characteristics or your talents, be doing. But you also have these moments of doubt. Maybe they're right. Maybe I am a little bit crazy. I feel like this is the moment before everything starts to happen because justice is clarifying that Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords in the reverse. This offer, a love offer or a creative, like a job offer, an opportunity, it's coming to you right as everybody is thinking that you might give up. Do you see the Nine of Swords card has like a little lighter colored square at the top? This right here is a miniature Five of Swords. Did we get one of those? No. The Five of Swords is a card of sabotage. The Five of Swords is a desire to cause obstacles for others or arguments between other people. There are other people trying to tell you what you can do or what you should do, and they're probably super wrong about it. But if you let these things get to you, it causes issues with the offer coming through. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to dismiss the people that continually tell you not to have hope in what you want to have happen. Hello, James. I hope you're having a good day. Now, I'm going to just add a little asterisk on that. If we are quick to dismiss what other people advise or share with us without doing that discernment step, then we do risk getting to the point where we're a little bit too in our own world and we're not taking into consideration other people's feelings or the reality of the situation we find ourselves in. So you've got to be able to balance that with a reality check. Let's get a pulse on the situation. Let's figure out what time it is. We got to know that we're not just deluding ourselves. So you've got to find a way that feels comfortable for you to determine the balance between that. Here's what other people are saying or thinking, and here's what I know to be true. You know? Yep. You got to value that. Wow. Another Nine of Wands. So the number 9 is probably important. Yeah. This is about individuals that feel like you should give up. I think you're going to have someone in particular that maybe particularly influential, or you may respect them quite a lot. They want you to give up right before you're going to get what you're waiting for. That person's not worth your time. They're probably not even thinking about you anymore. You say, thanks for the input, but I think I'm just going to like keep on doing me. And then you get that love offer from them in the next week, the next month, probably more like the next week. And for those of you where this is about your skill set, your ability to maybe do something that is in the limelight or would make you a bit famous or a household name, people are throwing shade on your determination or your ability to stick with this because nothing's happened yet. And then literally it blows up. Literally you go viral. Everything changes. And they're going to feel a little silly for telling you to give up. Moon in the reverse. Two of Swords. Five of Wands in the reverse. The truth is there's nobody like you. And there are people who want you to think you're a dime a dozen. Now, why, oh, why would they want you to do that? Is it perhaps because they are threatened by you? When I was it was like young in my career, I was a first-time manager. And, obviously I was the cool one. Or the nerdy one, I don't know. But the main manager did not care for me. I abide by rules, but I will also question them if I see fit. I can be a little bit of a troublemaker, but I feel like integrity should be at the core of everything that you do. And so I would push back maybe more than he wanted me to. And there was one time I remember him distinctly telling me in front of the entire team that the idea I had for a problem that we'd encountered was not going to work out. Then one more week, all of a sudden that idea was his idea. Oh, good idea. Good idea. There are going to be people who change their mind. They tell you, nope, this isn't good. Nope, you can't do that. Oh, no, that would never work out. Are you sure you could actually achieve that? Are you sure you're good enough? Damn right I am. They are going to change their tune like that when things go the way that you want them to. Oh, yeah, no, I always thought there was a real good chance you were going to do that. Or you know what? Yeah, this is actually a great way to go. It was my idea, though. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. How are you doing? So we've got somebody who they're going to try to pretend like they believed in you the whole time when things go well. This is the Poe Tarot. I don't read it in reverse, just so you know. Well, just so you all know, because you'll probably laugh about this, the same boss of mine later had us do a team exercise where we had to go around the room and say something nice about everyone on our team. And when I had to say something nice about this boss, oh wait, no, hold on. It was my buddy. I can't say his name just in case. I can't take credit for this because it was totally him who said it. My peer, he was the other manager, so also reported to this dude. When he had to say something nice about this boss who is lame, he said, oh, he's great at delegating. Burn. Oh, and we've got the Emperor. We're talking about a boss. This is perfect. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. This is the Emperor, and this is about somebody who takes action, somebody who doesn't let the musings of others get in their way. And I do feel like there's a lot. That's why we've got all these birds, right? Ravens, I expect. clouding or around the face. Like, I'm staying focused even though we've got all these people talking around me. Yup. Hello, Johnny. What's going on? I hope you're having a good day. Yup. Yeah, I wish I could. I don't think he watches my channel. I still stay in contact with him a little bit, but my coworker is kind of a badass. Not gonna lie. What's up, GP? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, account. So now we've got the Ace of Paws, which is the Ace of Pentacles. For the most wild, yet most homely narrative which I'm about to pen, I neither expect nor solicit belief. See, that's the thing. People did not or have not believed in your direction or your belief in yourself. And it's because they don't see things that you see, right? You're the high priestess, regardless of your gender. This is an opportunity. And you're going to be, at some point in the near future, regaling a friend, a real friend, here's how I got famous, or here's how, I don't know, I got married. There's this beautiful goal that you've had that people have thrown shade at for a long time. I think for the majority of you, this is a creative opportunity or some sort of, I don't know, like you're getting published, right? This is a huge deal because everyone was telling you you should give up. It wasn't going to happen. And now it's happening. And that's why we have this, you're not going to believe it. And I know you're not going to because you haven't believed it for a real long time. But I did it. You know that thing you told me I couldn't do? I did it twice. 10 of Quill.